Hi, my name is Ben, and this week I am making a game for the Godot Wild Jam in 6 days. Now the twist is that I'm going to be documenting my process here on YouTube, and I'm also going to be using the 2-phase process from my book, Production Point, How to Plan and Finish Your Game. That book is currently on Indiegogo. There'll be a link down below if you want to check that out if you're interested in it. These are the 2 phases, pre-production or prospecting, and production or mining. And you can see I've broken down my 6 days with 4 being for pre-production and 2 being for production. Now the idea that I initially went with was a lane-based deck builder where we have 2 bases and then towers in between the bases, and you can you draw cards and you get creature cards and spell cards, and you can summon your creatures and then they'll move along the lane fighting other creatures or capturing towers, and you can use spells also on those creatures. Now here is the list of the things that I wanted to get done, and you can see that I got about half of them done, maybe a little bit more. The main thing that I wasn't able to get done was adding spell cards. I was able to get creatures in, and I was able to get the lanes with the towers and the bases, but I didn't get any spell cards in, and I think it's really hard to judge the game without having that the spell cards in. So I do have a playable build that I'm going to have my daughter play here in just a second, but I think it's hard to judge how good the game is without that feature. There were some other features that didn't quite work either. For example, when creatures die, they get put into the discard pile. I found that that wasn't really working because you draw cards fast enough that your deck is almost always empty, and so you never have like a chance to let a discard pile fill up. So I'm gonna have to mess around with those mechanics a little bit, but I'm gonna look at tomorrow and see what I can get done, but for now, let's have my daughter play it and you can see what I managed to get done today. Okay, so I've got my daughter Ashton here. Say hi, Ashton.
Hi.
And we're gonna try playing the game. So here, you can hold on to the mouse and I'll run it, okay? Grab the mouse, you won't need the keyboard. Now, while you're playing, you can talk me through what you're thinking, okay?
Okay.
Tell me what you're thinking while you're playing.
They have 3 mice. They made... Oh, I got a wolf. Another one. They're fighting. Dad, I can't make any more.
Yep, that's true.
The monsters die.
You managed to win.
It's fun.
Okay, thanks for playing. Say bye.
Bye.
Okay, well, as you can see, it's got a long ways to go. You technically have the different towers. These towers are captured by the enemy. These ones are ours. Then we have these neutral ground towers in the middle. You can draw cards from your deck every few seconds like this. And she was able to figure out how to draw cards and play them to the lane without really any instruction. So that I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? So that worked out, but it's also kind of just boring. You draw cards, you watch your enemies or your units move across the lane and then fight here. And I think that spells would really do a lot to make this part more interesting, the part where you have a bunch of units on the board and you can't necessarily draw more units. And so the plan is tomorrow I'm going to look into adding spells, and then at the end of tomorrow we'll evaluate whether this game is working or not. I'm a little worried because it took me a lot to get to this point, and if it's not working by the end of tomorrow, then we're going to have to probably try something completely new unless I can figure out some way to salvage what I have here. I guess it doesn't necessarily have to be completely new. I could take some of the mechanics and things that I have here and try and make a different game out of the code that I already have. So that's something I might look into, but we are in pre-production or prospecting, which means we've got to, when we're planning, we've just got to make stuff and see if it's working and change it and iterate. And then if it's not working, we might have to start over. So that's when you're doing it in 6 days, that's not very much time. But that's the plan for tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll have a video out tomorrow as well at the end of the day if you want to follow my progress. And some of you asked if I was going to stream. If I do stream, it will be the last 2 days, so during production. I'll look into that. I don't know exactly whether or not I'm going to do that yet, but if I do, it will be Friday and Saturday, and my Twitch link is in the description. So thanks for watching the video. I'll talk to you all later.